All right. Welcome to the next video, where we discuss how to navigate without a map. Um, Essentially, the idea in this presentation is to be able to be somewhat independent of electronic mapping systems, right? Because they're not always there, right? For example, Wi-Fi might not be there, it might be spotty or something, and we want to still be able to navigate even if we don't have that. And these are just some kind of techniques that we can use based off of our understanding of a city's layout in order to actually move around within that city, right? So the idea is that we have a method to get from point A to point B, right? And so there are a few steps to that method, right? The first is, and the first step, we'll go over this, is to go from a side road to an arterial or highway, right? As we discussed before, arterials help you to move efficiently through a city. So you want to go to an arterial or a highway, right? You want to consider a few factors when you are choosing which arterial or highway to go to. We have distance. So we want to consider how long does it actually take to get to that arterial or highway, especially with highways, right? They only have turnpikes or kind of on ramps, off ramps in certain locations, and actually might not represent a time savings for some trips. Continuity. So the idea, how close does this road get you to your destination, right? You want to maybe make your route less complex. And you can also kind of combine consideration of these factors, right? Is it worth it to travel farther for an arterial that allows you to maybe get to your destination a little bit easier of a fashion, right? It's up to it's your decision, right? We might also want to consider other factors, for example, traffic, sidewalk presence, bike lane maintenance, turning restrictions, other factors that might exist, right? A combination might be needed. So the idea here is that you want to plan ahead, right? This is the first step. You want to create an itinerary a little bit holistically, right? In view of the whole itinerary, which arterial should we choose to navigate to, right? So step two, continue. So now we're on the arterial, right? And we want to continue until we want to turn, right, onto another street. The consideration here is kind of similar, right? You want to minimize turning, stopping, slowing down as much as possible. So you want to keep on a highway or arterial as long as possible. So you want to consider kind of the time impact of any turns you're making. Sometimes you'll have to turn onto another arterial, right, or another highway. And here you might be thinking about, again, that kind of time consideration, right? Is it maybe faster to turn onto that arterial or that side road or something? Or is it, or maybe is a more roundabout way faster? And the third step, last step, is to use side roads into your destination, right? So once you're turned off your final arterial or highway, you just want to arrive to your destination, right? Assuming that your destination is already not on an arterial. Side roads are especially difficult because there are a lot of double dead ends. You want to be somewhat cognizant of the limited range of side roads, right? That's kind of their nature. Hopefully, if you have, hopefully you know what your itinerary looks like, but if you run into an issue, you kind of have some strategies, right? Go back to a more familiar location, so just kind of turn around and follow your path back until you find a place where you can reorient yourself, or just kind of think about the arterials that are closest to you and access those, right, to find other potential side streets. So kind of in summary, right, side road to arterial, arterial to another side street, right, and then from the side street to your final destination. That's kind of the somewhat intuitive, but also that's kind of the steps that we take to navigate. All right, so that was pretty short, and in the next video, we'll be doing an example of this. All right, thank you.